future of work is changing. We all know this. Big companies like Walmart, Bank of America, Google, reducing the number of jobs, though, that require a college degree. So case in point here, hear me out. An 18-year-old high school senior in Northern California applied to 18 colleges and was rejected by 16 of them. He had a 1590 on his SAT, he had a 4.4 GPA, but his coding skill set was enough for Google to hire him as a software engineer without a college degree. The Burning Glass Institute reports this move could open up 1.4 million jobs for American workers without degrees over the course of the next 5 years. Let's bring in Danielle Farage, a Gen Z expert, speaker, and work futurist, which means she reimagines work for the new workforce. Danielle, I got to tell you, my first thought was, if this kid didn't get into 16 of his 18 schools, how did I get into college in the first place? Thanks for being with us this morning.
Thank you for having me. Yeah.
So for our entire lives, we have been told, what, pack your high school resume, fill it to the brim, go to college, get a degree to get a better job in the workforce. Is this story about the high school genius being rejected by almost every college he applied to and hired by Google an anomaly? Or are you seeing American businesses de-emphasize college degrees as part of their requirements for corporate roles?
It's certainly a trend that has been happening for a while. Just in January, we saw 64% of hiring managers say that the reason for removing this sort of requirement was to increase the number of applicants, right? We're in a war for talent, even if some media outlets want to say otherwise. 76% of hiring managers also say they're likely to favor experience over education. And that's because a lot of the ways that you can gain skills in today's world, like boot camps, YouTube, online courses, are not only at a fraction of the cost of universities for the students themselves, and also the time investment is a lot smaller, but also these people are coming out of boot camps and online courses and things like that with even more skills, more relevant skills to the actual job at hand. And so not only that, but there are also other ways to get the attention of these hiring managers as well.
I have to tell you, I have to be honest, I'm a huge proponent of a college education. And my first thought this morning was, is it not dangerous to float that idea out there that college isn't necessary anymore? Because this young man, who's, by the way, his name is Stanley, might have been rejected by 16 of his 18 schools, but he had a 1590 on his SAT. He had a 4.4 GPA and already a tech entrepreneur. There are a lot of high school kids who don't have all that going on, who wouldn't be picked up by a prestigious company like Google.
And to your point, there are a lot of people that are that way, right? At least 48% of Gen Zers own their own business or desire to have their own business. So we're seeing a huge influx of young professionals who see the system for what it is, see that it won't potentially provide them the freedom and flexibility that they desire. And not only that, but the college education system won't even prepare them for a workforce that is constantly and rapidly changing. We're taking our own careers into our own hands, and that's what we're seeing.
And I know he was great at coding, which is part of the reason why Google picked him up. There are a lot of skills that people can gain and show their skills without having to go to college, to your points that you were making earlier. Outside of coding, for example, what are some other valuable skills that you're seeing companies prioritize over college degrees?
Well, right now we're actually seeing the growth of jobs astronomically compared to what economists predicted. So just from May to September, we saw 336,000 jobs added to the market, which is nearly double what the expected projections actually were. I'm seeing that there's more of a self-starter mentality. People have woken up to this fact of there's a system not set up for many of us to find financial security, and unfortunately, the trend has disproportionately impacted these youngest workers, and there is a greater emphasis on the meaning of work in our lives in the larger context of the world. To answer your question, I think that there are a lot of different ways in which that this is impacting, right? Like not just engineering, but people are desperate for talent, people to work with their hands, right? There's a lot of different hackathons that encourage those types of in-person degrees and requirements, like auto working, and different types of engineering, a lot of different types of engineering.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.